Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. You know when you see those replay summary screens where somebody's done incredibly well, a whole chest full of medals, lots of damage, lots of kills, and then you watch the actual battle and you realise that he profited from the stupidity of the enemy team because they all came after him one by one on low health and just let him farm a whole bunch of one-shot kills one after the other. You know the kind of game I'm talking about? Yeah, this is not one of those games. This is Consum in the ELC AMX on the Wide Park map, a map you probably don't see an awful lot of unless you regularly play mid-tier battles. Usual tactic on this map for a light tank is to cruise up and down the railway line in the middle, getting shot at by half of the enemy team. Consum's not going to do that. In fact, he's going to be doing something I've never seen anybody do in a light tank on this map before. And initially this battle is going to be a little slow, so if you want to go and make a cup of coffee, now would be a good time. But don't take too long, because when things kick off it's pretty much non-stop action all the way through to the end of the game. You'll note that he's using multiple layers of concealment here. So he can quite safely fire through these bushes at targets spotted by the rest of the team, which is a bit of a switch around for a light tank player, and he's not going to be spotted. And he's not even being greedy about it. You can quite happily share that bush with the tank behind you, because the ELC is such a low profile tank, KV-1 behind him can shoot over the top of him. The only problem there, of course, is that while he isn't going to be spotted when he fires through these bushes, the KV-1 behind him might, and he could attract some fire intended for the KV-1. Oh, hold on. Excelsior, tracked, sideways on. Come on, baby. And nothing. Well, that's just typical, isn't it? Don't worry, we will be seeing more of that Excelsior very, very shortly. If there's one thing that guy loves doing, it's driving sideways on in front of a whole bunch of enemy tanks. Apparently he didn't get the memo about all the Excelsior's armour being at the front. Oh, Su-85. Come on, reload. Give me something to shoot at. There it is. That's more like it. And the Su-85 is gone. So, Consum's reloading, and here comes the Excelsior again, and there are a whole bunch of tanks just waiting for him to try the same trick twice. And yeah, at the moment the scores are even, 3 kills apiece, and then Consum's team claim 2 kills and go ahead, and just as suddenly, the enemy team claim those 2 kills back. Scores of 5-5. But with the tanks up ahead of him now pushing through and under the railway bridge up there, this position is now surplus to requirements. There's no longer anything that Consum can shoot from there. So he heads up to the centre of the map. But what he doesn't do is what you typically see small, fast, light tank drivers doing on this particular section of the map. Gun in the engine and just zipping up and down across the length of the railway embankment, relying on their speed and small size to avoid getting hit by the targets that they're spotting. Consum doesn't do that. Now it does cost him a couple of spots, because he is not the one that spotted the Churchill, he is not the one that spotted the KV-1, but you see how he was using the bush to get eyes over the top of the embankment without being seen. Of course, thanks to the ELC's terrible gun depression, if you want to actually take shots at anything on the other side of the embankment, you do have to expose an awful lot of your tank, and you aren't going to be able to stay in the bush. But he did spot the M41, and the M41 either does not have sixth sense or just doesn't care, and there's Consum's first kill. Of course, as before, as soon as he popped over to take the shot, he got spotted. So he doesn't hang around, but he does take a hit from an enemy T-34 all the same. Luckily it's just a 57mm gun, it's only 84 damage. Looking at where the T-34 fired from, he's estimating that he's going to be up there, fires through the bush, pulls back instantly because he's closer than 15 metres away from the bush. And if there was anybody who had a line of sight to him at that point, he would have been seen, but Sixth Sense does not go off. So he got away with it, but that probably just means that the T-34 has relocated, because if he'd been in the same place, he would have seen him when he fired through that bush. Yep, there he is, over there with the Panzer IV. Starts aiming up at the Panzer IV, but he gets spotted, and he has such a slow aiming time, he does not hang around, waiting to get hit while trying to shoot the Panzer IV. The Swedish tank destroyer with him appears to be blissfully unaware that he's about to get shot in the ass and killed by an M42. Consum takes one shot at the M42. He's now the last tank left alive on his team. He does not hang around to finish off the job. He's got 6 tanks shooting at him. He needs to reduce those odds. So, back under the railway bridge, got himself some cover. Enemy artillery anticipated him doing it, but he survives. He's now at such close range that he doesn't really have to worry about the horrible aiming time when this 90mm gun takes out the M42. Doesn't hang around to gloat, keeps moving because he still has 5 enemy tanks shooting at him. T-34's closing in and he is a one-shot kill, but where are the others? Now, Consum doesn't know, but he does know he has to reduce the number of enemy guns firing at him as quickly as humanly possible. So he starts working the bushes against the T-34 again, and oh crap, there's the T-67. His shot at the T-67 doesn't kill him, but it does blow his tracks off and cause him to spin a little and throw his aim off, so the T-67 shot misses. Now he's working the angles against the T-67, which does have a very, very slow turret traverse. Oh, and he's missed, but then again, well, the T-67 missed him again. There's the artillery, and oh, that is, by the way, the KV-1 behind him shooting at him. So there are now 4 enemy tanks directly shooting at him, including the artillery. There's none of this coming at him one at a time shit. He takes out the T-67, dodges a shot from the KV-1 again. I'm switching to external camera here, by the way, so you can see the volume of fire that's coming at him from multiple different directions. KV-1 fired again and missed. Artillery fired and missed. He's now safe from the KV-1 around the side of this building, and he's playing chicken with the T-34. And they're both one-shot kills for each other, but it's the T-34 who blinks first. The KV-1 up until now has been quite happy to just sit on top of the railway embankment and take shots at him, and miss taking shots at him, as artillery did just there as well. But that Panzer IV-H hasn't been seen for a minute or two, and could be approaching at any second. Now, you may have noticed so far that Consum is a big fan of using bushes. And so what he's doing now, he's looking for a spot where he can use the bushes to set an ambush for the KV-1 and the Panzer IV. And what you're about to see here, boys and girls, is nothing short of spectacular. Do you notice how first he faked a move while he was still spotted down the road there to the left? That's him laying the bait. Now watch as he springs the trap. If he fires through this bush, he's going to be spotted. But he's not sitting in this bush in order to shoot at targets. He's sitting in that bush in order to spot them. He then pulls back. He's double bushed. He was very unlucky not to do damage to the Panzer IV there. But look at this. As these two guys both cross the road right in front of him, pulls back, angles to keep multiple layers of concealment between him and them. He's put 2 shots into these guys and they have no idea where he is. Right now, it's almost as if the Panzer IV's turned around to the KV-1 and said, "Are you sure he's in here? Because I'm pretty sure somebody just fired at me from down the other end of the road." And the KV-1 said, "No. Trust me, I saw him go in here." Moves up to the first bush again in order to spot anybody if they come nosing around the corner looking for it. There's the KV-1. And he screws it up again, firing at the KV-1. He left it just that little bit too late. The KV-1 pulled back. The shot struck the very heavily angled upper glacis, and now he's lost sight of them both, and there's the Panzer IV, back into the bush again. KV-1 firing blind up the road. He kills the Panzer IV, and the KV-1 has still not seen him. Absolutely spectacular use of concealment. KV-1's coming out now. And he fires, and there's only the one bush between him and the KV-1 exactly at the point where he fired. The KV-1 has now seen him, and he's probably just as surprised as we are. He's thinking about, well, actually, no, let's not do that, because that premium artillery is still in play, and he's a dangerous little bugger. He's got a very fast rate of fire. The KV-1 was ready to go again, and I only have 61 health remaining, so it's time to go for a drive. In the country, as the artillery slams another shot into the ground right next to him, and again he's using the bushes. He's working the bushes. There's the KV-1. Do not screw this shot up. He's got him. And once again, did not get spotted while he did it. I have been playing this game for a few years now, and I have never seen anybody showing such mastery of the use of concealment as Consum in today's battle in his ELC. This is just amazing. It's not over yet, though. He still has to find and kill the Lefebvre. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's probably cursing this aiming time. He's probably also cursing the armour on that thing. I mean, seriously? At first I was thinking, bloody overpowered premium tier 5 artillery, and then I realised two things. One, it is based on the chassis of the B1 heavy tank, and two, Consum's loaded high explosive, so, well, yeah, okay, fair enough. Still, that does mean he's going to have to aim very, very carefully, probably at the turret, in order to guarantee a kill. Also, you'll note he hasn't fired a single round of premium ammunition so far in this game. Now, the 90mm gun on the ELC has been nerfed a little, but he still has 120mm of penetration, which has been more than enough to deal with the kind of targets that he's been shooting at. Well, there he is. Still got the high explosive loaded. He can't hit him in the side of the hull. It's not a guaranteed penetration or kill, so he takes his time, slams one into the side of the gun mounting, and that's game over. Ace Tanker, Kolobanov's medal, Pascucci's medal for the 2 artillery kills, high caliber, and Top Gun. I'll guarantee you that right after that battle ended, half of the enemy team went straight to the World of Tanks forums and started complaining about overpowered French light tanks. And the other half of the enemy team all reported Consum for cheating. Because they probably just don't understand how he can possibly, particularly the Panzer IV-H and the KV-1, how he can possibly have been where he was, shooting at them without being spotted. But hopefully, as a result of today's video, a couple of things have become apparent. One, a lot of you out there have learned a few things from watching the way Consum played, how he did what he did. And two, knowing how he did what he did, I mean, I know how the visibility and spotting and concealment mechanics work in World of Tanks, but that doesn't mean I can do what he did. I mean, knowing how it works and being able to do it are two completely different things. Consum, that was just amazing. Thank you so much for sending that replay in. Everybody else, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope some of you learned something from it. And that's pretty much it for today. As always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.